Okay.
It says remove.
If you're not already doing it, can you please get your PLD, your computer out, take care of this survey. When you're done, just close it up. It's like one question, it shouldn't take long. Yes, Chris.
So I have a question.
Don't worry about that.
Okay, so what is your last name?
Archer, A-R-C-H.
Mr. Archer, if we like answer all the questions like right, or like, never mind.
There's no right or wrong. It's just like one question.
Is it like about you?
Not really.
Why are we
Is it like the questions that say, do you like Mr. Archer?
That's not one of the questions.
I don't know.
I have a
That
question. Mr. Archer.
Mrs.
What school do you?
I said Mr. I said Mr. I said Mr.
Yes, Finn.
Mrs.
What's your question?
What is the right specific things that happen in class? Thank you. That helps me.
So does that mean your first name is Mr.?
No.
Oh.
What is your first name? Alex. Yeah. Is it? But when I still have that. Well, I'm glad. Wait, this name is still Arthur.
Huh?
I think you're fusion.
I
Is your last name Arthur?
Yes.
Wait, so what's your first name?
How do you spell discovery?
D-I-S-C-O-R. Oh, sorry, C-O-E.
Vending machine.
Finn, can you close up your computer if you're all that, please? You can just close it because we don't need that for a little bit. Archer, A-R-C-H.
Vending machine. That was not the one I had. Let's say vending machine.
You're trying to what? I don't make everybody do it. I just know it's something you just take care of it. Have you done it?
Yes.
If you can't do it, that's fine.
Probably dumb.
Shake it. Shake and close it together.
Squishy button. Squishy button. I had it using it. How long are the buttons? That's what specifically up and I just said. Adopted. Oh. This is adopted. Adopted.
All right, you're still typing a few last words, that's okay. Keep working if you need to. We're gonna start on something though. Now, yes, we are gonna start on mythology in about 10 seconds when I take it. So, very good. Now, I really briefly mentioned at the end of class yesterday that we're gonna start on mythology. So, what is mythology? What is a myth? Zeus is part of it, but it's not just Zeus. What is a myth? Okay, I actually like that, Alex. Say that again, say that out loud. Okay, Bigfoot could be a myth. Things that might not be real that we still talk about. What else is a myth? All right, all things like that. Mia, what else? Can you sorry, say it one time? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, like a legend or like a legend. That's a good one. John, what else?
It's sort of fantasy, sort of backstory, and sometimes can even go to what people believe.
Yeah, it can be about what people believe, like what?
Like an ancient thing, like some people believe that there might be a monster in this cave.
Yeah. So it can be like
Fairy
beliefs,
tales.
like things that people really do believe in, or stories like that. Jack, what else?
Oh, the Loch Ness Monster.
That could be a myth too. Nagiza.
Like the Greek mythology is like more like it's like stories about like heroes and then
Yeah.
they believe that there's like the 12 like gods and
Yeah.
goddesses.
So there can be gods and goddesses. If there's gods, what does that make it?
A man.
What do you say? Starts with an R. I heard it somewhere. Yeah, like if there's gods and goddesses, a myth could be a religion too. It could be something that people really do believe in. I'll do just one more, Finn, really quick.
Mythical creatures
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah.
the Hydra.
There could be creatures involved, certainly. Could be monsters. I'm gonna have to keep going. We could keep going, but I gotta say to this. I'm sure you do. Now, a myth is a story that explains things in the natural world or how things came to be. Could also be lessons about life. All things that you guys said. Who usually makes an appearance in those myths? What kind of characters can we usually see? Rama.
Percy Jackson.
Okay, so we can see what is Percy Jackson. What's his,
I thought it was a sheep.
Nagiza? What is he? Nagiza?
He's like the kind of he's like a hero
Yeah.
that like goes like around
Excellent.
like Greece and like
What?
like monsters.
Ooh, I like that. What do heroes fight?
Monsters.
They fight monsters. In mythology, a lot of times we're going to see characters like gods or goddesses, and heroes and monsters.
Why is Percy Jackson?
I can't put everything on there. I can put some things though. But yes, we're going to see gods and goddesses, monsters, heroes, things like that. That's what we're going to see in mythology. Probably not. Maybe. Now, is Greece the only culture that had mythology?
No.
No.
Roman.
What are some other mythologies that we know about? Nagiza, you just said one.
Roman, and then there's like Egyptian.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like Indian.
I know you're
Indians are real.
The Diplodocus.
Yes.
I forgot.
That's okay. But yes, there's many kinds of mythology. It's not just something that comes out of ancient Greece. But mythology usually is an attempt to explain how things came to be, teach us lessons about life. Now, I have a couple of Greek myths I want to read. Just a couple. There are tons of different stories out there. I just want to read them. Just two of them. Yes, no, different. No, that's a different class. Don't worry about that. So, the first one I want to read, it's one that you may have heard of. It's the myth about Pandora's box. This is one of those myths that's an example of a story trying to explain how something came to be. Some of you may have heard it. But it goes like this. Once upon a time, there were two brothers, Prometheus and Epimetheus. Two brothers. They were known for their kind hearts. They were good guys. One day, Prometheus angered Zeus. Who is Zeus? Do we recognize that?
He's a
name?
Greek
Anybody?
one.
He's the
Who's Zeus?
God.
Grace, tell me, who's Zeus?
He's a good God.
He's a Greek god. What is he the god of?
Oh,
And god of lightning and the god of what else? Giza.
he's like the chief God and he's like the God of like weather. And, like,
Yeah.
storms.
Chief god. He's like the god of gods. He's like the dude on top. Yeah,
He's like
that's
the king
Zeus.
of gods.
Yeah, kind of like the king of gods.
The God.
He was their Jesus. The king.
Not quite. Well, god of gods in a way. Jack, that's fair assessment. Yeah, I like that. Actually.
Yeah, he
I
was.
had to think about it. Okay, so Prometheus angered Zeus by giving fire to humans. So humans were down on Earth. They were living. They didn't have fire. They hadn't figured that out yet. But Prometheus wanted to give humans fire because he was a nice person. Because Prometheus knew that humans needed fire to cook their food and to stay warm. But Zeus did not want to give fire to the humans. So Prometheus gave humans fire even though Zeus had forbidden it. Because of this, Zeus punished Prometheus by chaining him to a rock for many years. Chained him up to a rock. But Zeus was not finished. He wanted to punish Prometheus' brother, Epimetheus, too. In a more clever way than just chaining him to a rock. He wanted to do something else. Zeus ordered Hephaestus to create a beautiful woman out of clay. She was brought to life and named Pandora. Zeus then gave Pandora to Epimetheus as a wife, pretending it was a generous gift, even though Epimetheus suspected Zeus had a hidden plan. So he did not trust Zeus. But what did Zeus just do to his brother?
Give him a
Chained
fake
to a
girl.
rock.
No, he got the fake girl. He chained his brother to a rock. Still, he fell in love with Pandora and accepted her, even though he was suspicious about where she came from. As a wedding gift, Zeus gave them a mysterious box with a very clear warning on it. Just said, do not open. Whatever you do with this box, don't open it.
They open up.
Well, you had to.
Now, when your parents tell you not to do something, what does that make you really want to do?
I always do it.
Makes you want to do it, yeah.
There's like a hospital. When they tell me
Yes.
not to put a fire with it,
If somebody
Like when my
tells
dad
you,
tells me not to use a lighter, I do it.
if somebody tells you not to do something,
It's just fun.
sometimes that makes you really want to do it. So, Pandora was given this box that said, do not open. She was very curious about what could be inside. For a long time, she resisted the temptation, but eventually, her curiosity became too strong. One day, Pandora opened the box. As soon as she lifted the lid, terrible things flew out. Disease, jealousy, pain, suffering. All of these things flew out of the box and spread across the world. Frightened, she slammed the box shut, but the damage had already been done. She had already unleashed all of those things into the world.
So it's all Pandora's fault we get sick.
When she carefully opened it again one more time, one small thing slipped out of the box. It was hope. It flew out into the world, reminding people that even in the darkest times, hope would always remain. So, just based on that story, that Greek myth, I want you to talk to the person next to you. These questions: what happened in the story? What does this story teach us about the world? And does this story teach people a lesson? Go ahead, turn to talk to the person next to you.
Temptation and like
I guess I tell us to go into places.
Don't be curious, Kevin.
well, you always
This is a story. Listen to your parents when they tell you do not touch the pan because it was just on the stove.
my dad tells me not to touch the
You now have hope that your hand will fully heal without this happen. That is across your head.
One time, like this is like the Putting it on the, so he was like, okay, so you know what the lesson teaches us? Zeus is a really bad guy.
You're
I
gonna
don't
see
even know how he became the god. He was
in
very
the next few
mean,
days.
very jealous,
Okay.
very greedy,
Okay.
very rude. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Out of all the gods they could have chosen, they chose him.
what happened in this story? Jonah, what happened?
Why did he make him so wise? Is it because he knew he would open the box and that
That was like the punishment, is because him and her were both responsible for opening that box. That was like the punishment.
But it wasn't even husband's fault. We never even touched it.
Well, they both had the box because it was given to both of them. Rama.
So Zeus
Finn.
decided to be a bully and gave So Zeus decided to be a bully and gave what's his name?
Prometheus? Or Artemis?
No, the one supposed to be.
Artemis.
Yeah, him
Yeah.
and Pandora box. So then he knew that Pandora's curiosity was going to take over eventually. So she opened the box, and now she and her husband are the reason why we get sick.
Mm-hmm. That's part of it. Because that sickness that we have in the world, that's where that came from. So, what does this story teach us about the world? About the origins of things in the world? What does it teach us? Okay. Does it teach us where things came from?
Yeah.
Alex?
It just teaches him to not be idiot.
Okay, that's... So, what's maybe the lesson then?
Temptation sucks.
Okay, don't fall for temptation. That could be one of the lessons. What else, Nagisa?
Like listen when something says something.
Yeah.
It says it for a reason, so she's like, oh, listen.
Okay, yeah, listen when you're told to do something. That's a good one. What else, Rama?
Curiosity is a bad thing.
Sometimes.
It's not a bad thing.
Alright. Who's on that?
Well, for me it is.
We're gonna do that. Okay. Let's not kick each other, please. Yes, Grace.
Even when times are dark or things aren't going well, we still have hope.
Yeah. This teaches us where hope came from. Where all the bad things of the world, they came out of that box, but some good things did as well. So this story, this myth, was told by the ancient Greeks to explain where those things came from. Do you think way back in the BCE days, they had a rational explanation to say where disease came from?
Yep.
They didn't have microscopes to look at viruses and bacteria. They came up with stories to tell about where those things came from. This is one of those stories. Now, I have another Greek myth I want to read. This one is called Icarus and Daedalus. Again, another one some of you might have heard of. Okay, I'll read this one now. Once upon a time, there lived a talented artist named Daedalus, known as the greatest architect of his time. King Minos invited him to the island of Crete. We remember where Crete is? Okay, Grace remembers. If you're looking at a map of Greece, what direction do we go to find Crete?
South, it's like the very bottom.
Yeah, it's south. What is it? What is
It's
Crete?
It's an island.
Excellent, yes. It's an island south of Greece, south of mainland Greece. So, King Minos invited him to the island of Crete to build a labyrinth to hold a terrifying creature called the Minotaur. Called the Minotaur. A monster with the body of a man and the head of a bull. Daedalus designed a maze. Daedalus built a maze to hold the Minotaur. Because the Minotaur was very powerful. You couldn't just keep it in a box because it was going to just break out. So they had to design a maze to keep it trapped. Daedalus designed the maze so cleverly that no one who entered could ever find their way out.
And then you try to go in.
Well, later. Daedalus brought his young son, Icarus, to Crete. And for a while, they lived happily on the island. But everything changed when a group of visitors arrived and managed to kill the Minotaur and escape. So they solved the maze, they killed the Minotaur. King Minos believed Daedalus must have helped them, so he punished him by trapping both Daedalus and Icarus on the island. Desperate to escape, Daedalus watched the birds flying overhead and came up with a plan. What do you think his plan was if he's watching the birds?
Follow the birds wherever
Okay,
there's
hold on.
birds.
Let me raise
There's
your
gonna
hand.
be fish.
Can you raise your hand? What's his plan? What do you think, Cannon?
To fly.
Yes, that's the plan. He's gonna fly like the birds. Remember, we're back in ancient Greece. Are there planes back then? No. Have they figured out how to fly yet? No.
They didn't even know how to. Cars weren't even a thing.
They
They
didn't
only
even
had
have cars
horses.
yet. They had horses and buggies. They didn't even have cars. He gathered feathers and used wax to build 2 pairs of wings. When they were ready, he warned Icarus not to fly too high. Not to fly too low, where the sea could weigh down the wings, or not too high, where the sun could melt the wax. They took off into the sky, soaring over the sea. At first, Icarus followed his father's instructions, but soon the excitement he became excited and flew higher and higher. So as he was flying, remember, can humans fly? No, humans can't fly. They don't even have planes back then. If you have a pair of wings and you're flying above the ocean, are you going to get excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to want to maybe do some tricks or something like that?
Yeah.
So, despite the warnings he was told, he started to fly higher and higher. As he got closer to the sun, the wax holding his wings together began to melt. Now, his feathers fell away, and Icarus plunged into the sea, and he drowned.
Sucks.
Heartbroken, Daedalus continued the journey alone, mourning the loss of his son. Okay. Now, again, I want you to turn to that person next to you. I want you to talk. What happened in the story? What lesson does this story teach?
Listen to your elders, guys.
And why would people... No, whatever, go ahead.
That's pretty much the whole premise.
Teaching us to not become an architect. Eventually gonna act like
Well, not necessarily. That was just the king's plan. Although, okay, so the lesson is probably Icarus. The lesson is probably listen to your parents and if you get excited, slap yourself in the face. Like,
they say, oh,
curiosity is bad. Excitement is bad.
next is probably gonna be liberty.
Also, like,
Like maybe like sandals.
yeah,
Trapped over. Oh yeah. You should use sand.
yeah, or like turn the sand into like glass. Like it might have been like Noah.
Noah wasn't listed at all in the story. Noah wasn't listed for anything in the story. He wasn't listed anything in the last story either.
Okay, let's just not mess with that. Okay? Leave the chairs alone. Okay. What happened in this story? Okay. Rama, what happened?
Can I answer the second one?
I'll come back to you then if you want to answer the second one. Nagisa, what happened?
Basically, Icarus, that his name is,
Icarus.
disobeyed his father
Daedalus. Yep. Names are
And
tricky.
then he died in his wall.
He did die. He did
Listen to your
disobey.
elders.
So, knowing what happened in that story, leave that alone, please. Yeah. Leave it alone. What lesson does this story teach?
Listen to your elders.
Okay. Okay. What lesson? B, what lesson does this story teach?
You live totally, especially
Okay, yeah. Listen to what you're told. Rama, what did you have to say?
Excitement is bad.
Okay, it can be sometimes bad to get too excited, because if we get too excited, what might we do? We might die, but we might make mistakes too, right? Okay, Ethan, what else?
Listen to your elders.
Finn, you gotta stop doing that, okay?
He's the one who's don't
No,
listen.
Finn, stop. Stop. Finn, stop. Just leave it. Leave it alone, please. Stop doing it. Okay, listen to your elders. What else, Alex? Well, not necessarily. The more of like, that's a better one. I like that more. Don't be an idiot. Listen to what you're told. Giza.
Like, obey them because they were
Finn,
sent
you
there
need to
for
stop
a
it.
reason.
He's the one who's not listening. He's not instruction.
Sorry, can you say that one more time, Giza?
So like, obey the rules because like people put those rules in place because they knew that something bad would happen if they didn't do that.
If only he had a parachute. It's not even that hard to know how to swim.
Okay. Finn. Okay. Jonah, one more.
Just pretend it's his house.
Okay. Guys. I couldn't quite hear. I didn't quite hear John. Say that one more time. Not quite. Not quite. But it is a good example of why it's important to follow the rules. So you should follow school rules. Okay. Has anybody ever heard the expression?
Finn, stop.
Finn, please. Don't fly too close.
I'm not even touching his desk.
Finn, no.
I'm not touching his desk
Finn,
though.
please. I know. Just, you're doing a good job.
Okay, I'm
Appreciate it.
not touching
Let's
his
just
desk.
spend.
He's the one who's messing around. I'm not even touching his desk.
Finn, that's enough. Okay. Has anybody ever heard that expression, don't fly too close to the sun before?
Yeah.
Where do you think that expression might come from? From this story. So if even today we use that expression,
What is it?
don't fly too close to the sun.
Use
So-
this modern world.
Yeah, is that ancient Greece impacting the modern world? If we're still using that expression, yeah. So, don't fly too close to the sun. Don't get too excited about things. If you're doing a good job like Icarus was, he was flying, don't try to just push and push and push to try and do better. Because sometimes you can get greedy and that can cause you to fail. Now, mythology in ancient Greece, those myths, like we just read, existed to explain things about the natural world. So if you're a person in ancient Greece and you look out and you see a great big storm over the ocean, you don't really know much about science. Is that something that you can just explain?
No.
Is it
It's
maybe,
kind of good.
does it maybe make a little bit more sense in your head if you just say, oh, there's a God that lives in the ocean, he's angry? Is that maybe, yeah. Or it could be Zeus.
I
Or it
just
could
say
be-
people from heaven crashing out.
Poseidon and
Yeah,
Zeus.
sometimes
And then when it rains, I say people from heaven are peeing.
that can be a little bit easier to make sense of things. You can say, oh, it must be the gods are
So
angry.
smart.
That's where things like Zeus or Poseidon might have come from. Now, they also exist to explain why things happen in the natural world, why suffering exists, why disease exists, why death exists. Where did
Because
those
people
things?
have beef and they're on the wrong side.
Where did all of those things come from, according to Greek mythology? All those bad things. Where did they come from? What happened when Pandora opened that box? All that bad stuff came out.
Well, the
Ain't
God
nobody
knows the
sued these
reasons
people
why
yet.
these people had to suffer terrible fates.
That's what the gods did. So,
See, that's what the gods are here. I don't even know why they call them gods.
okay. Myths can also teach us lessons about things. Like Icarus and Daedalus, don't fly too close to the sun. They can teach us lessons. Pandora teaches us, don't fall for temptation. Yeah. Now, those myths we just read, we can still see those in our lives today. Even though they were written thousands and thousands of years ago. Has anybody ever seen this store before?
Pandora? I love that store.
That's a music.
You go there a lot, Jack?
Yep, that's where I get all my makeup.
Not quite makeup.
Pandora. That's where my dad got my mom's ring.
He might have. Yes. So Pandora,
That's where I get my music.
hold on.
Pandora's
Pandora, your best fragrance of you.
Okay, guys. Alex, Ethan. Need you guys up here, okay? Finn. Nice. Okay, yes. Pandora is a store. They sell jewelry. Why do you think they picked that name?
I know.
Because.
Hold on. Not quite.
Oh, I know.
Why do you think? Rama?
So that instead of a bad box, it would be a good box.
Okay, could be that. Or what else? Think
Because like hope came like out of the box too, and like it's like a good reminder.
Oh, I see. I like that. Yeah, because what happened when Pandora saw that box? What was the only thing she wanted to do? She wanted to open it. So if you name your store after something that's irresistible, does that kind of give the image
Oh,
that
is
you're
that why there's cute girls on the ads for Pandora?
Jack.
I mean, that's just an advertise. Unrelated,
I
Jack.
take McRae's on it.
No, unrelated. Anyways, another one. In that second story, in that same story that we read,
It's gonna be paper wings.
there were two characters right at the beginning. Who were they? Those two gods.
Icarus and Darius.
Sorry, the other story, the Pandora's box story.
Oh,
Zeus.
Not quite.
Yeah, but Zeus was in that.
Pandora and Epheus.
Prometheus was one of them.
Epheus.
Yes, Prometheus, and I have the name right here.
Epheus.
Epimetheus.
What?
Now, this I don't know if you've seen this film. Came out a little while ago in 2012. There was a movie called Prometheus.
I watch it.
Where do you think the name for that movie came from?
From the poor guy.
I wonder too, Ethan. I think it might have came
I think it came from the movie theater.
from that ancient Greek myth, that Greek god. So, are those examples of ancient Greece affecting the modern world? They both are. Those myths still have an impact on us today. Okay, now, what I want you to do, I'm going to give you an opportunity to read a Greek myth yourself.
Actually,
Yes, so
wait, I gotta come to.
what I want you to do, open up Canvas again, find myth links, and open that up. Now, hold on 1 second. I need your attention. Okay, I need eyes on me. Once you get there, there's going to be 33 different options to read. Lots of stories, there's a ton of them. Thing is, do not read 2, 3, 9, 14, 20, 22, or 30. Because there may be a point in the near future where you read those stories in a different class. So don't read those ones.
In English.
So don't read those ones. You can read any of the other ones though.
So we're gonna read those poems in English.
If you say don't do it, I'm gonna do
But
it.
she said we're going about ancient
I know.
Greece, right?
We just learned don't fall for temptation. Just because I said don't do it, don't do it.
Curiosity has overcome it.
Yes, we just learned about it.
Even though it's bad.
Don't fall for temptation.
I'm gonna read all the books.